Experience tranquility.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kingdom, and I'm joined by my good friend, the always energetic ManJones. Man, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little bit tired, a little bit. No, it's just kidding. I am ready to go. I have a whole bunch of energy for these matches to cast. It's just what 4 games, best of 4 tonight, and then a 5th map for a decider. So if you'd like to, who is playing in this awesome series?
Oh, I mean, first of all, you got to look at Harmony and Chaos. Last season, 11-2, they had that great playoff run. Max 6 just always a nut on that Sombra, and who recently got a buff in this update, Sombra. So we expect to see lots of that. Is Harmony and Chaos with the good old Cavalier commissioner who did that great job with the admin pugs, I believe, a few days ago. Just did a great job, and Harmony Chaos looking to bounce back. I mean, they're 4-7 right now, not a great record, but they need this win against Renovatio.
They definitely do. A 4-7 record is not ideal. However, getting a win here puts them to 5-7, and that record looks a little bit nicer. And going into the last couple matches, it can be, every match is going to count, and that can be the match that puts you over the edge and where you need to be.
Oh yeah, and if there's any team that I think is possible for Harmony and Chaos to get a win off of, I think Renovatio, who's had just a really good start in the beginning of the season, had a really rough middle of the season, and recently they've just been trying to figure things out, adding new player Poet to that support line. I think is going to be really helpful for them, and we're going to see how things go with Renovatio, currently 6-5.
So we do have a really awesome match tonight. However, we're going to be starting this match on Ilios. Will be our first control point. How do you think these teams are going to play, and what strategies are they going to bring to the table? And more importantly, do you think this new patch is going to change up anything in terms of team composition?
I think it's honestly way too early to tell. To be honest with you, I have no idea what to expect uh for this for this matchup for this meta right now. But I do believe the first map is actually uh Li Zhang. I haven't yet,
Ooh,
but I
Li
think the first
Jiang.
map is going
Sorry,
to be Li Zhang.
my apologies there. I knew it was one of the control points. I just
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get
for
the
sure.
right one there. So my apologies, everyone. Sort of mislead you.
Oh, no worries. And why don't you continue telling them about what to expect of this match while I set up the correct spec spots here.
I think we're going to see a very slow paced game to start. I think both teams are going to come out of the gate with a double shield composition and look to play onto the main point there. I think both teams are going to posture for a little bit, and it's going to be about a big shield war until one team can find an opening. I think it's going to be looking up to the Arisas to see if they can hit a nice pull, maybe a Doomfist punch combo, depending on the DPS that are being ran. I'm sort of expecting a Doomfist and a Reaper comp. That has been very, very strong. I don't expect to see a lot of hit scan, but we might see some hit scan to counter any Pharahs coming out from some of the points on Lijiang Tower. Um,
Li Jing Tower, I think it's my favorite map. I get to play Hammond on it. It's a great time. But there's a lot of things you can run. Of course, the double shield is so popular. I'm excited to see what if they're going to run the Symmetra, if the FAR is going to come out like you said. So it's going to be interesting.
Just team compositions in general are going to be probably the deciding factor here. Both these teams are very evenly skilled, match based. It's very even, and I think team composition and strategy is what's really going to be the deciding factor in this game here, this set.
Oh, I agree. And I think we're just about ready to get started here. I believe Harmony Chaos is giving us the green light, and we're just waiting for Renovatio. And then we are going to get ready to pop off here. I mean, let's be honest. Both these teams need a big win.
Yeah, That is awesome. When two teams need a win, only one will come out on top. And that's when teams are going to play their best. When you're pushed against a wall, you have nothing. And when you have nothing left, it just can be the edge that you need to take the victory.
100% agreed. And Poet, who was formerly a part of, I believe, was it Alt F4, I do believe, and recently going to free agency, then coming to Renovatio. So it's gonna be really exciting to see how things are gonna work out for him in this new team environment.
Yes, yes, I'm very excited to hop into these matches here. We're in a couple seconds here. We're gonna get the AOK. You know what? Have we introduced the both teams' lineups fully yet?
I
Have we
don't
done
think
that?
we have. Nope.
I think we should do that. Starting, well, for one team, Harmony and Chaos. Their record is 4-7, and on their lineup is Cavalier, Poggers, Maxix, Say Lee, Yace, Shadow Devil X, and Truth. And for Renovatio, their record currently is 6-5. They have Cream, Death Zuki, Progress, Valentine, Celestia, Forsaken. I believe the next one is Poet, Platypus, and my personal favorite, 10 ManJones points out in the chat, for Goat Controls.
I missed goats. I miss goats too much, and I think Renovatio is just getting ready to give us the okay. Once they're done talking up, we got the okay, and we are ready to start some Li Zhang Tower. This is week 12 of Overwatch Tranquility regular season, coming at you live.
Now, this is live, guys, so you know what that means. It's going to be a good one. We have
Anything
no
can
idea
happen.
how this is going to play out. Anything could happen, and we're going to see what's going to be the deciding factor in these games here today.
And as we get ready to get started with Night Market, this is definitely a situation where Symmetra could be really strong, especially records and the records alone. I think this could be a very evenly played out match. So we're going to see how things go here as we get ready to introduce both sides starting comps.
Now just awaiting the final last seconds here before we get to see what team comps. Very standard, but we're seeing both teams pulling out with a Sombra. Go controls on that Sombra, and Maxix as well on that Sombra. The healer lineup seems very, very standard. We're seeing Lucio Moira on both teams. We're also seeing a Tracer for Progress, which is an interesting pick, along with Hammond and Monkey looking for a full dive composition, with Say Lee on Orisa and Truth on the Hammond, so a half dive composition from them. Let's see how this one plays out, getting started.
And looking at this comp on both sides, first thing you got to notice is that Maxix, who everyone knows, Maxix Season 2 All-Star Sombra is going to be doing lots of work, especially on that other team's Hammond. Cream's going to have a lot of trouble getting that Sombra off his back.
And it looks like they're just going to posture on the point. Blue team taking the point, red team off to the side now. It does look like the Sombra is harassing in the back line, getting an angle in a good position from back over there. But very standard. We're going to see this first initial push in with these 5 seconds here. Now they got to make a move here. What are they going to do? They can't let the point flip. They just walk right on. Big Orisa halt. Truth finding one. Platypus still diving in on Say Lee, going Poggers, going for him. Truth finding another kill in this fight. That's 2 for him. It's looking very dire. Pogger picks up Celestia, and Progress goes down as well. And that looks like the first team fight. Harmony and Chaos really taking things into their own hands on this first point.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I think the biggest play they made was just taking that point control. That initial point control really helped them just establish the fight. Set up the perimeter so the supports were not in as much danger as the opposing Renovatio supports were. And let's see what's going to happen here as the Tracer Bomb hits big.
Pulse Bomb! Platypus picking up Maxis as well. That's 2 picks. Let's see if they can translate this into a point flip.
And here they come.
Cream diving in big, Truth counter diving of his own. Big Orisa pulse. Celestia finds Cavalier. That's Cavalier down. That's 1 support down. Yaves invests the Moira ult, but gets punched into the wall by Goat Control. Goat Control also finds Say Lee. That's 2 for him this fight. Ooh, Sombra returning to the fight. Max is seeing what he can do. Just trying to get as much time onto the point as possible. Truth re-engaging again to get some more time. But it's only a matter of time until this point flips. Truth doing his best to stall it out. Maybe they can do something with this, but no, Truth does get pile driven into the ground.
Yeah, Truth tried to hold on to that point as long as he could, but they did get to 55%, which is pretty solid. They do have some ults coming into this upcoming fight.
Say Lee with another big Orisa pull. He's consistently getting 3 or 4. Cream dropping very, very low, but Celestia there with the heals. Maxis poking in from the right-hand side there.
And keep your eye on Maxix, who just got killed, but he is
Cream.
coming back with that EMP that could be massive for Harmony and Chaos this next fight.
And that's the pick to call the reset there.
And here we go now. They're definitely going to be playing for this EMP because that's definitely what's going to set up every single thing they need to take this.
Let's see how this EMP is going to affect this fight. Maxis has it online, uses to invest it, does pick up 4 with it, but a big go control Doomfist Meteor Strike, 1 down on each team. Ooh, beat invested by Poet. Now just a bunch of ultimates being used in the center courtyard. However, Truth decides to go tap on the point and invest his mines. Moira goes back to stop it and jumps into the mines! Cream jumps into 2. Almost there. This could be the fight. Progress jumps into the mines! Truth finds 3 with the mines! Unbelievable game sense from this guy. Says, hey, if you're not going to go on the point, it's mine. And guess what's not yours? This point. Platypus getting cleaned up by Poggers in the end, and a flip at 50% and 65 and gaining.
And if you've been paying attention to the tank play, Truth right now just popping off on that Hammond, getting initial picks left and right, as well as cleaning up that triple kill at the end with his Hammond ult. And he's already 26%, so he's going to be looking to climb that up for this upcoming last fight potential.
This could definitely be last fight here. It's edging on 80%. You got to make a move, and they're posturing. This is going to be last fight if they don't engage now. It's too late for a re-engage. This is what it is.
Oh, but
they
Kev!
do find 2 opening picks.
And they lose beat because of that stick.
Ooh, beat was invested right there. And an easy cleanup for the rest of the team. Ooh, Truth coming back in to stall it, but it's only, again, a matter of time until the team focuses him out. Trying to get back in, but getting denied entry by Poet's big boop. Now this is an interesting game. Truth off the map. Progress finds the kill.
And you know, with the patch today, Tracer is just so much more viable, and that Tracer from Progress was just huge, denying the beat that Cavalier was trying to place, and that could have helped him win the fight, but it was denied by that big Tracer stick. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go down. Cream does invest his ult, and here it goes.
From Saylee, pulling 2 off the high ground. Cream finds Eves. This could be a dire fight. Poet doing anything he can. Cavalier and Poet getting into a Lucio fight on point. Trying to stall at the point, but Cavalier seems to just be feeding a little bit here and just denying himself. Staggering, might you say.
And you know, I gotta commend their Doomfist. I believe it was Poggers for trying to clear the mines with his fist. Unfortunately, that did enough damage to take him out. And this is the last fight right here. It's all or nothing for this fight.
And Truth finding the touch. Can they make something happen here? Mines finds 1. Go control goes down. Beat invested by Poet. Truth dives in. Matrix finds Poet. 99-99. Yeez goes down. It could be anyone's fight here. Let's see the re-engage. Celestia goes down. That's the main healer. Now it all comes down to this last little bit. Can they make it happen? Progress needs to make something big happen. And he is one of the only ones left alive here. Can he make a play on this buff Tracer? No, he cannot. Matrix finds the headshot. And that is the first point in favor of Harmony and Chaos.
Big mines from both sides causing all kinds of chaos on that point. Such a small condensed point, perfect for just laying out as many Hammond mines as you can and just letting them do their thing, denying space for those teams, especially with such a mobile dive comp. There's nowhere to go.
And very hectic first match, but Harmony and Chaos proving to be the victors on the first map. Let's see what happens on the second one. Again, if they do win this one, Renovatio wins this one, they will be forcing a third and final map for the first game here.
And we are going to be seeing another dive coming out, almost a mirror comp. Minus Max is going to be on that Reaper, and Progress going to be on that Tracer, as well as Pogger is going to continue playing on that Doomfist, even though Go Controls has switched to the Sombra. So interesting to see here as we get ready for map 2.
Interesting plays here. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this goes down. Sombra Poggers, sorry, they're off to the right there, going aggressive and finding the kill. Progress, sorry there. Truth also engaging pretty far deep and getting forced back onto the bridge. Progress is going in for the executes here. Platypus does find Yves, and now it's all about the trade there. Cavalier finds the kill. Progress goes in deep and finds Saylee, but does trade out to Poggers instead. Cream goes for a very risky mech and finds Maxix shooting him in Reaver bullets to the face.
And Truth is trying to do anything he can to stall this out for his team as Maxix does take out Celestia, and that's big Maxix with 2 now. Could this be a turnaround?
Poet stalling out the point best he can. He's the last one left. Have they seen him yet? Moira says found him. And Poggers says, hey, no way. Get into that wall and go to spawn.
And Harmony and Chaos takes some first point, as well as Maxis does have that Reaper ult available to go. One of the first ults in the game, minus that Tracer time bomb, which is going to be just massive if they can land on Cav again, who's just almost there with the beat. He does get poggers with it,
Progress
though.
finds poggers and finds Eves, finds 2 on this buff Tracer. He's going in for Cavalier on the execute. Can he find a 3rd? Looking for it. Maxix finds Poet. Maxix finds Progress as well. Saylee drops to Cream. And it looks to be a very staggered fight here. Maxix finding another one, but poggers find Go controls. It's not looking good. It's a 3-on-2. Ooh, Cream does lose his mech. And Celestia dives on the point for stall.
Oh, Progress still going hard.
Eves. Poggers trades out Celestia. Cream goes down to the Eves right click. Oh, Poggers finds another though. It's one for him versus Saylee on the point. Progress decides to leave this fight alone and see if he can still escape now here. Picking up as many health packs as he can. But he gets trapped in, but he finds Matrix and he goes back in for more. He pulse bombs onto there. Oh my god, Cavalier finds Progress.
And Progress was just popping off on the Tracer. Unfortunately, his team could not follow up how they wanted to. But Cream does take out Cav, and that's a big pick, because that's beat off the board here.
And Poggers re-engaging again onto Cream here. Eves finds Celestia. Poggers does go down to Progress. Saylee finds Poet once again.
And, right now,
Maxix
just more cleanup for the side of Harmony and Chaos. So they're just taking out each individual squishy player on their own. And Sombra right now does have that EMP ready to go. So this could be the fight to win if they're going to win it.
Now this is it, 87%. It's a do or die moment. It's do or die for Renovatio, who is actually having the better score. EMP comes in, finds one, at least finds just Poggers on that Tracer.
Cavalier does hide and gets away from that EMP, enforcing that he can use beat, which is a big play for him.
Very, very smart play to know that EMP is coming in. Celestia getting killed by Saylee. Progress tries to do what he can. Just the last tier efforts from everyone. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Platypus tries to stall this one out, but it's only a matter of time. And that will be the first game in favor of Harmony and Chaos, who really needs this win and is pulled through here today.
And Harmony and Chaos played amazing. I mean, you talk about the tank line being in sync. There was so many times where the tank line was peeling into Sombra on the side of Renovatio, just could not get enough pressure. And even though that Tracer, I believe, played by Progress, was just nuts and just taking out everything left and right, there was just not enough pressure for those tanks to be taken out anytime soon.
Very, very good first match. The first point was very even, and the second point was very in favor of Harmony and Chaos. So I'm wondering if they've found their stride here, and they know they need this win, and they're coming out of the gates looking for it.
Oh, 100% agreed. And we're going to be seeing what is going to be coming up next here. I believe we are going to be seeing Eichenwald, perhaps?
I don't know. You have the list. I do not.
I do have the list. I just do not know how to read. But we'll learn eventually.
BRB quick reading
Hanamura, I believe
lesson. Let's quickly go over the alphabet. That's C, F, G.
I'm too confused. We're gonna say this for after. We're
you know what? We'll
save
save this lesson for later. The map pool as follows was Control Point, Lijiang Tower, Assault, Hanamura, and for our hybrid map, Eichenwald, and for our escort, Rialto. Tiebreaker is again my favorite, Ilios.
Very good. Okay, so we're going to be seeing some switches now. Forsaken for Progress. Progress is doing such a great job on the Tracer. I'm excited to see how Forsaken is going to do, as well as Shadow is coming in for Bubbles. Oh, okay. I guess not. Never mind. They were funny. Haha. Anyway, I think I'm not sure.
Again, a couple comedy points in the chat goes over to these guys, these comedians.
Okay, I think we are ready to go to the next map here. As we know, Harmony and Chaos currently up 1-0 on Renovatio. What do you think Renovatio struggled to do to even the playing field there?
Yeah, I think they want to switch someone out.
Yep, I believe so.
Perfect. And the substitution will be Shadow for Poggers. So that will be an interesting change in lineup. Does take the first match and decides to change up that lineup and that roster. So
Yep, and here we go. Map number 2, Hanamura. What do you think we're going to be seeing here?
I'm not too sure what we're going to see. The new patches surprised me thus far. I was definitely wrong on the first map with the dive comps. Did not expect to see any dive, and that was, very perplexing to me. So I'm just going to stop guessing, because I'm going to be wrong. 100%. There's not a chance with this new patch. I'm going to have an idea of what these people want to play. So, you know what? I'll just leave the predictions to you. What do you think, Kingdom?
Oh, well, if I'm lucky, we're going to see more Hammond, because Hammond is just such a fun character to watch. As much as I love...
yeah, he's quite
Oh, you disagree? You disagree?
We can have a chat about this later, but what else do you think we're going to see?
I'm thinking the Sombra, definitely. Maxis on that Sombra is just so dominant, especially last season. But I am wrong. We're going to be seeing the Roadhog come out on the side of Harmony Chaos with Sway Lee on the Orisa. Maxix on that May, as well as Shadow Devil coming in on the Doomfist. Cavalier keeping his Baptiste nice and fresh and ready to go, as well as, I believe it's pronounced Yves, and the Zenyatta.
It's
Ives.
It's Ives. I know you've been saying it wrong the whole time.
I've been learning. We've been learning.
It was definitely not me mispronouncing it, but make sure you get that correct in the future, please.
And on the side of...
By the way, if I do mispronounce your name at any point in time, I apologize. I'm horrible with names. Just want to get that out there.
And on the side of Renovatio, we are going to be seeing the Sim double shield meta coming back for this map here, as Forsaken will also be on the Reaper and Celestia on the Moira.
So, it looks like Renovatio is going to something they're comfortable with after that first loss. They're switching back to a team comp. They know how to play, but do they know that Shadow Devil is here to play as well? Truth
That's a big Maywall.
Looking really good. Maywall blocking off quite the bit. Shadow Devil finds a second in this fight. Finds Cream. That seems to be the end of this fight, as they're just disengaging now back to the attacker's spawn.
And big defensive play there, as Shadow Devil did come in and get that early pick on Poet, who's had a little bit of a hard time in this matchup so far, finding his place, because he does been getting relatively picked early, I've noticed in the past few fights. But we're going to see how he turns it around here as they continue to push on through this choke.
Yeah, Shadow Devil finding another with the same trick. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me is what I always say.
And with just under 3 minutes to go, the meteor strike is released by Shadow Devil, and he's looking for somewhere to place this. And he's going back to his spawn.
No, he found a trip back to spawn on the Cream Express there. Truth
I heard the weather's nice over there.
The weather can be better over there. Finding a full engage, window engage, but they just seem to walk right by it. Lamp engaged again into the courtyard, but Cavalier does get punched into the bell there. Platypus finds Sway Lee, Celestia finds Matrix, and Ives does use this Transcendence, which is kind of questionable, seeing as they already did drop a couple. Let's see if he decides to switch after that. Truth trying to find any extra time on here that he can. Unfortunately, not quite finding any.
Yeah, that was a bit of a questionable play, but at the same time, he does switch to the Ana, and Cavalier continues staying on that BAP, which is going to be key that he saves his immortality field for that grab, as well as they also have Shatter on the side of Renovatio. So big tank ults coming up here. We're going to see how this one is played out.
And Renovatio opting for the high ground, going through this small little choke here. Let's see what they can do. Ives on that Ana, opting to play in the back right-hand corner like we've seen so many play. Both supports for Harmony and Chaos are on the point. Now Cavalier does jump up with the rest of his team. Big pull from Sway Lee again, but Go Controls finds Shadow Devil. Where on God's earth did he find that kill?
No idea. I have no idea.
Drops onto the point to go see what he can do. Jumps back, tries to hide. Poet's on the chase here, but Matrix with a good peel. He does find two there.
And, with the playing field averaged out a little bit, Maxix has that big May ult online, as well as Truth has that whole hog ready to rock. But if you look at the side of Renovatio, their ult advantage is still quite staggeringly long. They have both DPS ults almost available, and they have both support ults almost available, as well as a grab ready to rock. So we're going to see how this is going to be played here. As they go for the high ground, what do you think the advantage is of playing the high ground with this comp?
Depending on their ultimate economy, it's looking pretty good with 3 ultimates coming up on 5. It's a good tight area with all of their ultimates. They're all good AoE ults, so I think this high ground's very, very strong. However, you have to watch out for those Mei walls. You need to bait the Mei wall, and then you need to invest your ultimates here. Celestia does find Truth, good engage. Platypus decides this is the fight they want to take. Cavalier into the Graviton, the only one left. Poet onto Seili, pushing him back onto the point. Cream goes in for the pin, doesn't find it quite. Poet does use the beat, and Maxix uses the Blizzard, not finding anything. Truth seeing if he can find anything in this Blizzard. Maybe it just found some time. Truth is going for the stall around the pillar, gets punched into the wall. Goat controls, taking full control at this point.
And and here comes the Nano Monkey, just going to try to buy any kind of time he can. He does get pushed off the point, as Ales have the whole thing ready to rock with just over 3 minutes remaining. As fight continues on, Forsaken popping up. Here comes the McCreel from Shadow Devil, and he's taken out immediately by Forsaken.
Forsaken calls for the bubble there. Great play. And using ultimate to find another in this extended fight. Eyes back onto the point with Cavalier on the Lucio. Moira, Lucio left on the stall. It's just Lucio now. Seili does come back on the Monkey. He is on the point, and again, Doomfist is in, punching Forsaken into the wall, but not quite getting the kill. Not enough charge. Truth, Seili, only one's on the point, but Maxix is here for the stall on the Mei. Goes straight to the middle and uses that ice block. Truth is swinging around for dear life. He disengages to see what he can do. Maxix is hiding behind the wall. Truth goes in with a big slam into the mines. They are making this happen. They have stalled it out for long enough, but the grab comes in, only finds Cavalier. Shadow Devil does jump into it by his own choice. Maxix is playing the mines. Ives as well, but Seili joins again on the Monkey. Back again, Ives and Monkey. Monkey with the Primal now. Ives does go down, but Primaling Monkey not on the point, and it does flip at 2:05.
And quite a stall for the side of Harmony Cast, but just not enough as the ultimates just kept pouring out for Renovatio, able to clean it up with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Great time on the bank there. You can be happy with 2 minutes and 5 seconds. You can play anything from that. You get 2 pushes, which is more than enough to secure some ults for a good full push onto the second one. It's a great score to have.
Oh, 100% agreed.
Not
And
the
if Renovatio,
best,
yeah,
it's pretty good.
yeah. And if Renovatio wants to make a statement, wants to make a comeback from that last Lijiang map, this is exactly how you want to do it. Pretty good time bank to work with as they go for their first defense against Harmony and Chaos.
Now let's see how this is going to go. Harmony and Chaos on the defense now. Renovatio looking to push and get a better time than 2:05. Can they do it with the impressive display of skill, communication, and everything they've shown this match? I truly do believe that they have what it takes right here and right now to put a better score on the board.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. And what kind of attack do you think Harmony Chaos is going to plan to do here? I mean, you see
Hard
the
and
comp
fast,
running.
easy. That's an easy call. They're going to go hard and fast onto this point. They have the Lucio. They have the teleporter from Symmetra. They're going straight to the point, and they're saying, this is mine and not yours, and get off. And they're going to take it and roll 2 points. That's what I'm saying.
That's
This team
your
is
prediction?
on
That's your
fire
bold
tonight.
prediction?
That's my prediction. They've been playing so well here tonight. I think they can do it. If any team can do it, it's them. They just got to watch out for the Bastion Maycom.
And here they come right now. Sway Lee on that Reinhardt, ready to lead the charge as Shadow Devil on the Sim, looking to get them straight on the point.
This matchup all comes down to Forsaken's rotation, and if they decided to go onto the high ground for some reason, and not straight to point. Let's see if they use their second TP onto the point here. So Forsaken's rotation is going to be all that matters here. Where he's playing and where the shields are the 2 most important factors in this game. They decide to go underneath here and TP to point from underneath. Go back behind, but Cavalier does get destroyed. Truth tries to find something. Seili jumps right in front of the Bastion, but gets walled off. They're almost finding a tick here. Can they do it? Go Controls is getting pushed off the point. Oh, it's only the Mercy on the point. They're not on. This is very interesting. A tick could happen if they slip up and get off for any reason here. But Forsaken does cement that Bastion down and starts spraying from the side here.
And Platypus getting that kill on Max. It's a lot of damage gone on the side of Harmony and Chaos as they are going to have to force a reset, and they are on the way out. But that Mei wall blocks him off, and now Sway Lee is going to have to face the music and be taken out by Forsaken on that Bastion.
And that's it. Go Control finding 2 and forcing the full reset. Nothing left to do but go all the way back to spawn if you want to be safe from this relentless defense.
And so with the ult advantage on the side of the defense here, or excuse me, on the side of the offense, what do you think the plan is? Or excuse me, I apologize. On the side of the defense, what do you think the first defensive ult will be here? Do you think they're going to go straight for that May ult? Do you think Celestia is going to try something? Oh.
Depends. They're going to use the wall here, and he's not going to jump onto the other side to get the extra damage. He's going to stay put. So it does look like the Blizzard is what they're going to use first. I think you did call that one there. Easy cleanup. Maxix finds Cream, though a little bit scary, but Platypus finds Shadow Devil, and it's looking like easy cleanup from here on out. Of course, another full reset. Now, this is rough. They're only finding, the attacking team here is only finding 1 kill in these fights, just 1. So they're not finding 2, which forces someone to run back from spawn because they have that resurrection.
So right now, on the side of Harmony and Chaos, Maxix does have that Reaper ult available. It's going to be interesting to see how he wants to approach this fight. How he wants to use his ult, how aggressive he's going to try to be. And as you said,
that's what we're looking for. Now here it comes down to the rotations, but he saves his Bastion ult for the exact time. Forsaken has the lamp in the corner, fully safe. Cavalier is on the only one on point, gets rocked into the corner. Maxix comes in with a big ultimate, but it's eaten up by Platypus. Oh, big hammer down from Seili, but a counter grab. Flux coming out, picking up Seili, but not finding any kills here. Seili is looking for his 3rd in this fight. Can he find another? Oh, Celestia flies through the point. This is very dangerous. Mercy does go down to Eve, or Ives there. Sway looking to get aggressive and find more. He's already found 2. He doesn't quite find a 3rd, but they do find the rest of the fights there, or the rest of the opponents.
And we're just under a minute remaining. Harmony and Chaos does make an impact here with just under 4 minutes remaining to go as they crack point B. What ultimates do you think they're going to be using this fight? I mean, the grab's obviously available here.
It's probably going to be a dry push, that's what I would do, or a graviton, or
there's the graviton,
the dry graviton there, and then the follow-up coalescence. That, you know, once you get that pick, it's good to invest these ultimates. But Forsaken does find Cavalier, Truth does find Forsaken, Truth finds Go Control, Sway Lee finds Cream, and they're looking a dominant push onto the 2nd point. Poet goes down, 2 ticks secured. It's coming up on the 3rd, and they can't get on. 324 to 205. They played the 2nd point, like I said, but not the 1st.
Yeah, I mean, they were. That was one aggressive push, to say the least. The 2nd point just absolutely ran over by Harmony Chaos. With 3 minutes 24 seconds remaining, they do have the higher time pool, which means that Renovatio will be the first to attack.
So Renovatio put on their heels here for this next attack. They have 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They are down just over a minute, and they have to make something happen.
And with just 7 seconds till they pick their comp, what kind of comp do you think they're going to be looking at here?
Depends. I
guess that's going to be the answer.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna stop predicting. I've tried too many times, and I've been more wrong than I've ever been. Looks like.
I mean, right now you can just basically play whatever. It's kind of in between meta, if you will. It's trying to decide what works, what doesn't. As this update, the spooky Halloween patch update,
you know what? When you're playing Overwatch, you truly need to enjoy these in between meta moments. They don't come too often. They're few and far between, because once we get a meta, we know how long they like to stay.
Yeah, and we know how moments like this really help decide what the meta will be, depending on what you kind of experiment with. So clearly, one team really enjoys the dive, as we saw on Li Zhang, and one team enjoys the double shield meta, as we're seeing from the defense.
Interesting positioning from Cavalier, opting for this high ground. Shadow Devil with a very aggressive first attack here, standing up in front of that shield. Finds 2 headshots in a row. Ives with the damage boost, finds the damage boosted grenade, and he's already 36 to his ult here. He's charging this up like a madman. Oh, he's gonna find more. Poet's already low. One more shot will do it. That's it. He goes down to the TNT. Shadow Devil is playing this position very, very well.
And here we go now. We reach the lesser half of this map. It's kind of just staggering right now. Their support line hasn't had a great time finding entry in with that Ashe just looking for any kind of shot he can. So we're going to have to be real fast when attacking things. Cream trying to get any kind of movement for his team to get through this choke.
So let's see what they can do. Can they push this choke? Shadow Devil still keeping this aggressive position, TPing to the right side of point. He does take out the teleporter, no chance to go back. Shadow Devil doing work with this Ashe. Finds another big TNT, has the bomb available, or Bob. How does he use it here? It's the first ultimate available. Throws it onto the point. Forsaken does get knocked by Bob in the corner. Seems to be getting focused by Forsaken. Cream is low on shield and have full HP now, but he wasn't before. Ives picks up Sway Lee. And now it's all about how they can hold here. Can they do it? Shadow Devil again with this amazing positioning. It's like he plays Fortnite or something because he's always on the high ground.
Oh no. He had to hit us with the Fortnite reference, huh?
Well, if anyone does enjoy Fortnite, feel free to subscribe to my Fortnite-only YouTube channel, which definitely exists.
So they're going to be taking the left side approach with that Symmetra. Having that Simult available is going to be absolutely huge for them. Splitting the team if possible. Cavalier as support all coming on, as well
big
as
TP
Ice.
here, but Maxix with a big wall onto the Symmetra takes out Goat's Control with ease with that big wall. A big-brained wall for a big-brained player. That's what that was, but Cream finds one. Cavalier with the upgraded Fire Strike. Oh, Maxix jumping down to finish off Poet here, but he does find Cream as well. Jumps straight with him. Getting frozen up here, but gets taken out by the Bob. Now this is it. 15 seconds. Can they make something happen? Maxix almost to that ultimate. Oh, he gets into the immortality field now. Has his ultimate. Uses the block. Comes out of the block. Big ultimate, big blizzard, but doesn't find anything just yet. Does find a trip to the spawn. Graviton used. Will they find anything here? Cavalier doing what he can to stay alive, but Celestia goes low. Oh, Cavalier finish off Celestia. Truth finds another as his own, and Shadow Devil finish off Goat's Control, and that looks like it's going to be the end to this attacking push.
It was a decent push from Renovatio. They couldn't really get a tick on second point there, but their attack, though slow and methodical, it got the job done. So now we're going to see if Renovatio can stop them on first point.
Now, let's see what they can do to get a win here. They're going to need to full hold this. Renovatio once again put between a rock and a hard place.
And with 3 minutes, 24 seconds, do you think Renovatio has a pretty decent chance of holding this? I mean, they did such a good job defending this point last time Harmony Chaos was on attack. I think it's definitely a possibility.
You know what? I definitely think it comes down to the comp, whether or not they're playing Bastion again. They definitely are. They're switching out the Mei for the Junkrat. Interesting call. Again, it comes down to these sloppy rotations. A bad rotation is going to cost you the game here.
Yeah, 100% agreed. It's all up to how Shadow Devil also builds his Reaper ult, or whatever he's going to play. The DPS really need to come in strong here if they want to be able to turn this fight, because that Bastion is going to be doing so much damage, as well as the Junkrat. And to match that damage is going to be relatively hard.
Yeah, the damage output will be high, but it's going to be definitely hard to make sure it's all focused in a singular place. It's hard to get those mines or those bombs exactly where the Bastion is shooting. So that's going to be one thing with this comp, is it is high damage, but it's going to be hard to control. Looks like they're opting to play high ground once again, so not going for the point play. I kind of like the idea of that, but not quite. Something they look to play.
And we're going to see how these things are handled. They are going to TP to the right side into the little room again and take the high ground approach. And,
are they aware? Fully aware now as Sway Lee does show himself. Does get his shield eaten up completely by Forsaken and his tremendous amount of damage.
And Goat's Control is going to have a lot of fun shooting into those little narrow hallways and getting Junkrat as fast as he can
and
here.
TP into the bottom corner on the point here, looking to get aggressive right away, forcing that Bastion rotation. Bastion is not set up. He does get booped forward, pulled, and killed by Truth. Truth with the off angle, finding a nice kill. Can he find Goat Control as well? On the high ground, Goat Control does find Ives, but he looks like he's getting low, and that is it. Truth does find the kill. Celestia can get the res, but let's see what's going to come out of this. Where is it going to happen? Still holding on to that ability.
And Truth right now just continuing to clean up. Maxix picks up the triple kill at the end there on the bit of a clean, a little bit of a show-off move from Maxix there, just making sure he gets, let me get this cleaned up, let me get my moment to shine as he picks up the nice 3K. And they are on their way with 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining on this attack. All they need is a tick.
Now, they should be aware of this. Once again, if they're not aware of this push here, they're still swapping. Oh, this is looking rough. All they need is a tick to secure the victory here.
Oh, but Shadow Devil gets a little too aggressive there, and Cream takes him out.
Controls does go down by Ives. Ives is traded out, and it probably will signal the end of this push here.
And here comes Platypus as well, takes out Cavalier, takes out the Commissioner. That's a 2-week ban, and he is, and
And welcome back, everybody. An impressive first half coming out of Harmony and Chaos, picking up the first two maps here. Now they do have the worst record in the community. However, they're pulling through tonight because they have their backs against the wall, like we've been saying. Unfortunate news, everyone. But Kingdom has had something come up that's more important than casting this match. So he's gone, and to replace him, I found Door.
Hello, how are you doing? This is an excellent game we've been having so far. I've been enjoying watching it so far on stream, and I'm glad I can be here to cast it with you.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part about the first two maps?
Oh, the second map was really close. It was nice seeing HIC be able to come in and really take control of that second point after struggling up against the Bastion comp for a while there. It looked like it might be starting to go in Renovatio's favor, but they really managed to turn it around there and give themselves an advantage.
It was a very, very well played map from them, or from Harmony and Chaos. Their second point offense was phenomenal. Think they only got stopped about one time total, so that's pretty impressive there. But on the first initial defense, I gotta say, Renovatio's Bastion rotations were pretty good until he ended up getting caught out. So I think if they can revise that strategy a tad bit, that is going to be a very, very strong Bastion to deal with, and it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I think both of these teams have been practicing a little bit on this new patch, and both of them have some strategies inside of their back pocket that they can really go to. We're seeing that Bastion, the Ash, had a decent effect for HIC on that initial attack in overtime, I believe it was. And we're seeing a lot of hero diversity, and we're seeing a lot of things work, more importantly. And both teams seem like they have some grasp on this meta and what they can do to surprise the other team.
And I think the thing is that there's not a whole lot of information available on this meta, and I think that's going to be a deciding factor. Is going to be the surprise comps you can play and things that maybe the other team hasn't quite been able to think about because the patch has been out for so long.
Yeah, and it's times like these when hero comfort really plays a big role in the entire game because regardless of yes, one comp may play better into another in the future when the meta is more rounded out and a little bit more solved, I suppose. But right now, when nobody really knows how to play these specific comps, even if it is the correct comp, there's a lot to be said for just playing heroes that you're good at. We saw the Tracer come out and have a large impact. I forget which team it came out from, but the Tracer, the Winston, and the Ball, I believe it was Truth on it, that made a large impact on that first map of Lijiang Tower. And I think a lot of that is just being able to have these comfort picks and being able to pick them confidently in such an uncertain meta.
That's the thing. When you don't know the meta, you can always revert to something that you know better than anyone else. And that can be just enough of a surprise, along with that extra skill to be enough to push you over the edge here.
Yeah. Do you know what map we have coming up next
I
here?
do. Next map is our hybrid match, our map, Eichenwald.
Ooh, that's my favorite of the hybrid maps. Such an exciting first point. So many opportunities to play a lot of different heroes. We can see things like Pharah here. We can see a lot of tricky Mei strats on the defense. The Bastion from Renovatio could be pulled out back again here. There's a lot of tricky sim strats they could pull if they really wanted to. What do you think we're going to be seeing from each of these teams?
I've stopped making predictions. I've fully given up. Like, flat out, I'm done. I can't get a single thing right. I think the only thing I did get right was like them pushing second point and rolling it on the first attack. And I guess like 18 different things that game. So I'm just going to stop. I'm like 1 for 1,000,000 and I'm done. So I'm just going to let them pick what they want to play and we'll go from there.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make one prediction, and I want to make sure it's 100% correct, and it's Cavalier is going to be playing Lucio. I've got decent odds.
You on it? He's not even in the map.
He's
So
not.
you kind of already lost.
We're doomed. The casters are cursed themselves. Forget the casters curse.
No. You cursed yourself on that one. I cursed myself earlier, but I'm not taking any cross cursing here. Like that one was all you. Just putting it out there.
Well, it is spooky season if there is ever a time to
If
have
there isn't
something
some
go
time
wrong
for
like
some witch
that.
doctory. Now, it looks like both teams are almost ready to hop into this match. We're going to see Eichenwald. I hope to see some Farah. Not predicting it. I'm hoping for it. That is definitionally different, so don't quote me on that. Both teams seem to be ready.
They do seem to be ready. I have about 850 megabytes left of this patch to download. But as you guys
All right, looks like solo cast ManJones is coming in first a little bit until Door finally updates his client.
But what gonna be seeing? How do you think they'll?
Is it me or is it? Okay. Sorry, my internet is very poor, and it's not very good. So unfortunately, Door is disconnecting. He is downloading a patch right now. So solo cast ManJones will start off until we can get Door up into this match. We are ready to go here. Both teams have given us the A-OK. This just in. 600 megabits left in the download. 600 megabits left in the download. I'll keep you updated as we get closer to having the door open. Megabytes, not bits. Sorry, my apologies. Now, we're going to see 450 left as well. We're going to see what these guys... Oh, and just so you guys are all aware, we are not going to be playing the Howler. Is a couple things on that map that do change, so we're going to stick to the original. So if you guys were wondering for that, that'll be how it goes. We got a meme coming in from Door, but I'll let you guys... Last update.
Ready.
All right, Cream opting for a Roadhog Platypus to combo with the halt with the hook. Celestia for that resurrection on Mercy. Poet picking up the Ana for those big anti-nades. Forsaken gonna put some people in the ground on that McCree. And Progress pulling up the buffed Tracer. And on the side of Harmony and Chaos, Poggers on the Hanzo, Shadow Devil X on the Ana, Truth playing the Sigma, Maxix playing Reaper. We also got Yives on Moira and Sway Lee on Orisa. 100 megabits left in the download. Megabytes, not bits.
Defend objective A.
You fool, ManJones, get things right. Progress looking to get some progress done here on the main. Seeing what he can do. Jumps in and jumps out really quickly. First Orisa shield down for Platypus. Waiting for a reshield, but a big 4-man pull from Sway Lee. Sway Lee having big impact with those halts. And Poggers finding 2, Maxix finds 3, and that seems to be the end of the fight there. Ooh, Cream does find Maxix. Maybe it's not the end of this fight here. Progress investing all of his blinks and the recall. Does get out with his life. Cream looking for an aggressive position, but does get sonicked. They are aware of this position. Oh, Truth with a big pull. Oh, Truth almost getting hauled hooked there. And engaging back with a boulder. Truth does get found by Forsaken. Cream looking for a big flank, find Eyes, and that takes out the Moira. Big pull there from Sway Lee, but not enough to stop this Roadhog flank. Roadhog doing tons and tons of damage. Ooh, just slightly missing out the hook onto the Reaper. And fight cleaned up by Forsaken, finding the last kills along with Progress. First point taken, just under 3 minutes left. 50 seconds left. Or sorry, 50 seconds left. 50 megabytes left in the download. Soon we'll have Door entering.
I think I'm all done.
Soon we'll have Door entering the door. Sway Lee gets found. Sway Lee get found by Platypus. Progress is getting camped as he's sleeping by Cream. Great tank, thinking there, helping out his squishy DPS as he can. Progress finds Eyes, and that is going to be tricky. Free progress being made by Poet on the point on that Ana. Not much you can do to contest this. Shooting some Hanzo arrows down, but they're opting to back out. Poggers finds Progress, finds a kill, but Maxis gets traded out from Cream. Platypus doing what he can, but Truth engaging onto Celestia finds the big kill there. Platypus left alone to fend for himself, but it's not enough. Truth finds another. Poggers finds another as well. Looking to regain control at this point. Forsaken is getting low, but getting kept up by Poet. Truth decides now it's time to take out Poet. Big High Noon invested. Finds 2! Progress finds 1! Sway Lee and Forsaken are the only 2 left on this point. Sway Lee is only there to go down. unbelievable decision-making process out of Poet to, you know what? I thought that fight was over for sure, but Poet had a 200 IQ play up his sleeve.
It looks like I'm not the only one making a grand entrance. Progress coming straight back from spawn.
Forsaken doing what he can, but almost getting caught out. Can he find another 1v1 with Poggers? Poggers comes out on top. Maxis with the anti gets antied right before he can do anything there. Celestia coming in with a res onto Roadhog. Cream getting rezzed up. Can they find any combos here? That can be the deciding factors. They need to find something quick. They find Sway Lee off the edge of the map. And there he goes down. Cream goes all the way in, seeing what he can do. And it's just a staggered fight. Oh, Platypus gets booped off by Shadow Devil, finding the kill. But Forsaken is rejoining this fight. Poet seeing what he can do. Maxis, Yves, and Shadow Devil finding kills of their own. And this fight is surely over now. Ives finds another one. Forsaken goes down, and it's only left to Celestia, who is admitted defeat and takes the L.
Yeah, interestingly enough there, Harmony and Chaos has such a good spawn advantage, especially with a lot of their heroes, that they have Reinhardt able to just press one button and get straight back. Reaper able to teleport through that door, so the kills that Renovatio got there didn't stay effective for too long. Progress is popping off a lot, but it's going to take an entire team play here to close out this point.
And Cream looking for some cheeky hooks down below, seeing if he can find anyone off the map there, but Truth does spot him out and is pre-shielding any advancement from him. Cream decides to back off and join his team.
Yeah, we will see about 2 ults coming in from each side for this fight. The Roadhog ult here will be really good for pushing this Reinhardt off, choking on that shield, but the stick tries to come out from Progress, won't find anything. As ults committed from Harmony and Chaos, will look to close out this fight. One pick from Poggers on the Hanzo, one pick from Ives on the with the Coalescence, just trying to pressure him
And
off.
Forsaken committing the high noon, finding a bunch of shield damage, but no kills. Shadow Devil finds one with a big boop, but not finding Forsaken, but he is caught in the Graviton Flux. Gets taken out by Truth in the sky. Poet's left to fend for his own vices here and goes down into the mini room. Seems to have escaped with his life.
Progress ending his own life there, falling right into the pit, and pretty much went just to plan for Harmony and Chaos. They used their ults aggressively there, made the first move, didn't allow Renovatio to get into position there, and used the close quarters of the bridge to force them into the dragon in that Coalescence.
So Renovatio doing what they can on this attack. A minute 17, and this is a very hard point to push. This final B point is very tough. Cream posturing onto the point. Platypus using that bongo. They don't have many other alts other than Poet and Celestial support alts. Engaging with both support alts. All 3 ultimates have been used. They need to make something happen in this fight. Forsaken on the Widow gets taken out by Shadow Devil, but Cream finds Sway Lee. Progress finds Maxis on the Reaper. 1v1 duel. Shadow Devil puts his beat down and says anything to do to stop this. Finds another Pog. Poggers finds Poet. Knives finds another one. Shadow Devil with another boop. They've saved this point. Progress has nothing left. And that has been a big turn of events and a big save. No ultimate economy left for Renovatio to do anything with this last 30 seconds.
How many kills off this bridge has Shadow Devil got?
3.
Do you know 3 total?
I've counted.
That's 3 quick fight wins for them. That spawn is so far away for the side of Renovatio. That swings the fight in their favor so much. And Maxis just charging up this Reaper ult so quickly now. It's going to be really hard for them to get on top of this point with the composition that they have.
Now let's take a look at what's going on. Poet is posturing, but he makes headshot by Poggers. Celestia comes in for the res, but doesn't opt for it because it's so dangerous. Cream is going down there. Double knockdown there from Sway Lee. Celestia, the last one on point, Matrix says no way, and shuts down any chance. Forsaken finds a nice headshot, but it's not enough.
Harmony and Chaos came alive on that second point. That hold there at the end was nearly their entire time bank for the second point. And yet they managed to hold strong for so long against so many ultimates, against so many close plays. And thanks to every single one of their players coming in clutch at some point or another, they're able to hold that one there.
Now, they did hold it, but when you say one of their players coming in clutch, I saw one player come in clutch 3 times, and Shadow Devil's Lucio is now something to be feared with. That was 3 big boops, mostly on Sway Lee. In fact, that is unbelievable, and I would be terrified to play against that Lucio coming up to second point Eichenwald.
Yeah, it's things like those boops and those Hanzo is coming and finding those one-shot kills that don't require you to use ultimates to get your team an advantage in the fight, and they happen so quickly, and Renovatio just looks like they're being caught off guard left and right here, whether it's from sightlines or from
Ready for
just
battle.
roaming Lucios, I suppose.
I know you
Uh,
weren't here for this, but in the beginning, I did say that Harmony in Chaos has something to prove, and they're coming out and they are proving it here. In the first 3 maps, they've shown almost a dominant victory and almost securing the whole 4-game map set.
I think there's a lot of interesting things that can happen with these, to quote, mid-table teams, where you can see things happen like earlier in their schedule. They might have something a little easier that might buff up their win-loss ratio just a little bit, but when it comes to matches like these, when the teams look maybe a little bit further apart than they are, I think teams like Harmony and Chaos are really capable of showing how close these mid-table teams can be in skill with one another.
Now let's see if they can close it out. It's do or die for Renovatio here. They have to win. They're back onto the Bastion comp, but it seems to have been already spotted out by Maxix on the Sombra.
Yeah, not wanting to be
Sombra
thwarted,
is a
but-
very, very good hero to play against this Bastion. Let's see how he decides to enter the point. There's a lot of spam in a Roadhog locking down the right-hand side here, so that is going to be tough to push through. He needs to find an opening, and he needs to not get spot checked. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah,
And
no,
he
Harmony and Chaos.
just about makes it, not getting in completely free without being spot checked. And the rest of the team engaged straight to the point. He hacks on the Bastion. There's nothing he can do before on the Poggers. Maxix finds the trade back onto Forsaken. Ooh, but Progress here in a very tricky position. Celestia forced to touch the point and does have to die for it. Platypus does get sleep, but he is into the minefield. Ooh, and that is the quick first point. Oh, maybe not. Poet and Cream have something to say. It's just Cream left on the point. Does he have anything to say left to say? No, he does not. And Truth finds 2.
Objective
Really
lost.
interesting point there, actually. Renovatio coming out with the first pick onto the Genji of Poggers, but seemingly wasn't enough as the hack onto the Bastion forced him out of position for a good while and allowed Harmony and Chaos to establish themselves on the point and made it a lot harder to retake for Renovatio.
They definitely did. It's getting scary. 5 minutes to push 100 meters. Now, just so you guys know, people can run that in 9 seconds.
9 seconds seemingly enough, but especially key here is the fact that Maxix kept all that ultimate charge. They're going to have this Nano Blade plus EMP combo to break seemingly whatever they might want.
Cream getting into a dicey 1v1, almost getting sucked off the map by Sway Lee.
A little bit of a dirty skirmish we have.
Progress trying to get in there and do something, but nothing he can do. Truth finds 2 with the Graviton Flux. Platypus soloed onto point. Truth finds another 2 kills. He's come up with almost 2 kills every attacking fight so far.
Yeah, he's coming really clutch.
Poggers finds the hacked Farah, takes him out. Celestia tries to escape. What a juke! Oh, Mercy does go down.
nothing
Shadow
for
Devil
it,
finding the kill. Phenomenal juke, but it was clearly not enough to escape Shadow Devil's rage.
Yeah, and I don't think this Far From Forsaken is having quite the effect they want to. They want to take advantage of that lack of range, lack of hit scan from the side of Harmony and Chaos. It looks like Harmony and Chaos are opting to engage on everyone else in their team and almost ignore this Pharah in the sky, not quite doing enough damage to have an impact.
And Platypus finds Truth, but they're still pushing in. Maxix doesn't get the nano. He does 2 down, but he does find 5 people with the EMP. Goes down shortly after. Not a whole lot Harmony and Chaos can do to salvage this now. They've put a lot of ultimates into it, but however, still have a lot on the bank.
So Harmony and Chaos, this push not quite happening how they want it to. They're down a nano, they're down an EMP with a blade having to... Going dry here, I presume here, if Poggers doesn't decide to switch. Their ult economy is a little bit thrown off. The Sombra on a Genji is so reliant on getting your ultimates at a similar time and not using them out of order. The ult economy...
Ooh, Cream gets pulled in, dashed on by Poggers, but Platypus does find 2 with the Primal Rage.
Yeah, and they will be disengaging here as Harmony...
Oh, it finds Shadow Devil and puts an end to his killing spree on the bridge. Both Lucio's playing for dominance over that bridge.
Yeah, trying to assert his dominance. He can't leave any of these players out. Poet showing that he's here to play as well.
Someone needs to get the payload moving.
Rendezvous at my position.
Let's see, they're engaging through the castle. Harmony and Chaos only need 1 more fight to end it, but they've used half of their time on the bank. This is the halfway point. Beat engaged. Farah finds 1 with the barrage. But Nano Blade seems to be doing, not just regular Blade seems to find Cream. Platypus does end up going down. Big grab, Flux finds a couple in the air, but can they finish the kills? Does find Poet, but has to go trade himself in the time. And Pogger's left on the point alone. Can he do anything with this? Shadow Devil re-engages again to see what he can get done, but nothing. Progress ends him. Maxix going for the play here. He's gonna go for it. He shouldn't go for it. I want to see him go for it. I want them off to bait them off the point. Harmony and Chaos, this is the best win of your life right now. Bait them off this point and capture this. Maxix wants to go in for it. No, he's ready for it. He sees the Lucio. He's just waiting. They need to engage. They need to do something. They need to pull his attention away, but he decides not to go for it.
I think a little bit of hesitation there, however, well warranted, as it will be.
Cream finds Poggers. Minute left on the clock. Gets traded out. Maxix does find 2. So maybe going for that Charlie Niner was not the call, because he does find 2 in this fight. Advantage 1 up for them. But Forsaken finds an answer with Shadow Devil on the Brigetti. Oh my lord. Progress finds Maxix again on that Tracer. Phenomenal kill there.
Range going into this point, it will be able to hold for a long time, if not get a ton of picks off the edge of this bridge.
Let's see what can happen here. Platypus finds Ives. Truth finds Progress. 45 seconds to make the dream happen. Renovatio, they have it in their sights. They need this win. It's only 35 more seconds.
Renovatio absolutely fishing for these bridge kills here. The Roadhog playing on top of this doorway, looking for hooks across the bridge left and right. And that Primal Rage going to be delaying their push just a bit longer. That Roadhog takes a long time to come home from spawn.
Let's see what happens. No mobility on that Roadhog. 14 seconds left. Someone's going to have to touch. It's going to be Maxix with an EMP is my guess. But I am usually wrong.
It should be. He's got to get
Oh,
through all this
Progress
time.
gets hacked out. Can he? Is he low? He escapes for a little bit, but can he escape fully? He gets his recall. Quite gets out. Sway Lee and Shadow Devil, but Sway Lee gets pulled off by Poet. Crazy fight here. Big barrage gets canceled out by the EMP. This is it. Shadow Devil finds 1. Maxix finds 2. Eves goes down. Truth finds 1. Poggers. This is it. They're pushing here for the win. This is the map. Set. Game. Victory. There it is. Harmony and Chaos are our champions here tonight. They do take away the win in the 4-game map set, but that doesn't mean we're not playing for placement. We do have one more match to go.
What an ultimate from Maxix, that EMP out of the air, cutting off the Pharah, but actually dropping the Mara and the Mercy and the Pharah straight into that pit. 2 free kills for the side of him, and taking away that ultimate really helped him close out that point there.
Definitely did. It definitely did. Phenomenal showing. Get a congratulations in the chat for Harmony and Chaos for securing 3 wins in a row in a very dominant fashion, but we do have one more, so stay tuned. We want to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, Harmony and Chaos really coming out here, making a statement tonight, showing them we're not quite the team that's beneath you that you thought we were to Renovatio. Renovatio might have thought this was going to be a little bit easier for him, but that 3-0 says otherwise.
Yep, that is something that has been seen before. When you think a game's going to be easy, those are your toughest matches and your worst defeats.
All right, looks like we're going to have a couple swaps coming in here. Goats will be traded out for Forsaken. And we will be seeing if we have any swaps coming in for the side of Harmony and Chaos. But what will the last map be is the question.
The last map is going... because the last map is going to be, sorry, Rialto there. I got a little bit of a funny message, so my apologies for the hiccup.
Rialto, see if I can
So
find...
Rialto will be our final payload map, so no ties in this one. So we are going to see a 3-1 or a 4-0. I'd like to see the 3-1, but we will come back and see what happens at the end of this game. Team Comp's probably Bastion for Renovatio for sure on attack. Possibly even the defense as well. Both teams are ready, and we're hopping right into this match.
Rialto's a really interesting map. You can play a lot of things. The Bastion, as you mentioned. Oh, looks like I need to fix up one thing.
So as we fix up a minor technical error. Any casting, any casting, any casting, any production. Spam it in the chat. Let's go. But as we figure out this quick little mistake, we'll get it all sorted out and hopping into our next match.
Like I was saying, though, I do think this new patch, it's enabling a lot of things. We saw the dive played on Elios, and I think this is the perfect map for it. All this high ground can allow a Winston to gain a lot of ult charge without making himself too vulnerable, and such long sightlines for supports from spawn offer a lot of chances for them to keep their tanks alive and play a little bit more of an aggressive game.
Exactly. Let's see how they're going to play this out. Looks like dive coming out from Harmony in Chaos. They don't need much to win this, or they don't even need the win, so they're probably going to play their favorite heroes. And, oh, Shadow Devil going straight off the map. Already a quick little death for him. That's one in the game, and that's a Reddit Lucio if I've ever seen one.
You know, I think Shadow Devil just trying to add to his environmental kill stat.
Total,
just buffing
yeah,
those stats a little bit.
Let's see how many he can get.
Run it down just a couple times. I think we will have a nice little treat here, though, as we get to see Truce Hammond played one more time.
2, 1.
So let's take a look and see what they're going to be playing here. Go controls on the Pharah, not the Bastion. I would have liked to see Bastion off attack here. Celestia on that Mercy for the pocket, but Truth goes straight through for the boops. Oh, he finds Go control, but doesn't quite get a Pharah into the moat.
Yeah, not gonna get what he wants. Goat's controls. I like this.
Oh, Shadow Devil! Just redditing as hard as humanly possible here. Can he find another? He's gonna find Cream. No! Quite gets the boop. Not quite there.
Progress is living in the backline of Harmony and Chaos.
What is Shadow Devil doing? What are you doing? Play with your team. You're a support. That's right. Good job, Cream. Send him to spawn.
He's practicing his rollouts. Cut the man a little slack.
No, you're in a match. Support your team. It's your whole job. It's your whole job. I'm a support player. I get to say it. Truth trying to find Pharah out of the sky on the ball. I don't know what he planned on doing with that, but that's perplexing. Cream getting a very aggressive position here. Underneath the end point here, Truth engaging, finds two knocking up, but can he find anything in terms of kills? Cream does turn around and try to find something, and they do disengage fully. Good stall there, buys enough time for Monkey to jump into the point here. And a big barrage. Nano boost Monkey finding nothing, but buying enough space that Eyes and Truth can find kills of their own. Shadow Devil finding Cream all alone.
Shadow Devil, this entire fight has been entirely intending to 1v1 Goat's controls on the Pharah. Look at him, he's flying off the rooftops right now. He's going for him. He wants the kill. He's been getting as high on these walls as he can and just shooting at the Pharah.
You know what? You can do what you want when you're 3-0. I don't recommend it, but you can. Ives half HP and not getting healed at all. This is what happens when you have a Reddit Lucio. This could be the end of the fight. Oh, no, having to get the health pack. Let's see. Oh, Ives taken down quite low, but does get healed up this time. Truth finds one. Go controls with the barrage, finding none. Toggers does find that with the deflect, and then finishing off with the dash.
Renovatio looking to close out this point, but Maxix on the high.
Maxix goes in for the kill, doesn't quite find it. He's got to make something happen. He's one swing from death, and he finds a trip home to spawn. Sway Lee doing what he can on the Monkey here to stall it out. Does get that beat as well.
And it looks like Renovatio should be closing out this point if the spawn.
And Progress finds Sway Lee with the pulse bomb. That Tracer has looked really good. Not enough to find a map yet, but I hope in the upcoming future he will be able to find a couple map wins on that hero.
Yeah, we saw
big staggered fights and no focus coming out of Renovatio, and they can't seem to close out this first point. They're so close, but yet so far. 60 seconds remaining on the clock, and Ives finds Poet. Ives finds Progress. He's popping off on that Ana. He's looking like ML7 out here. Let's see if he can also find more in the sky. He's aiming into the sky. Well, look what he can find. Doing what he can, and they're forced back to spawn. Shadow going in to feed once again and practice his redditing. Let's see if he can find Pharah. He's looking for something spicy here. He drops down. Oh, does not quite find the boop. Truth and Shadow Devil now playing alone in the background. Shadow Devil decides to leave his buddy, and Truth is all the left to fend on his own. He uses out every ability, but does get the grapple all the way back to spawn. Ives goes down to Progress. There's no peel left when both supports and tanks are diving the back line like that. Sway Lee finds Progress. Platypus gets an answer of his own.
10 seconds left, and Renovatio is sitting on top of 3 ultimates, but it's only going to take him 1 to close out that point. It looks
Now that's
like.
good ultimate economy coming into the next point here. How do you think they're going to use it?
Honestly, with the way their ultimates are lining up, they can build about 2 ultimates at a time, starting with this barrage and maybe even mix in a window with the Baptiste to empower it.
They have such an amazing chance here to get a forward position. They could start holding them into the 3rd point here. And Lucio makes the right choice and decides to 1v1 on the point there to get the stall out, just so they have to force and turn around. Platypus could get caught out for this, does take Truth into the corner, but finds himself in a very hairy position. The team looks to be looking at him, but they seem to can't finish him off, but that'll be it. Poggers does find the punch.
I think the story we're seeing here is Progress finding so many picks, but whether his team is able to convert on them and find the value that they deserve from them has been the real point of the fight. But Ghost Control
Maxic finds one. Poggers does find a blade kill on the Poet. No more lamp available for anyone. No more immortality field. Go Control finds mate Maxic once again. Does use that ult. Doesn't find anything with it. Poggers finds 2, and Sway Lee finds another. Ives is coming back to see what he can do as well, getting some healing up onto his well-deserved teammates here.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm entirely convinced from the far out of Ghost Control. I haven't found any value with these ultimates, and it took him a good while to get his first couple up.
I'm not convinced about the same thing. I don't think there's enough work being done, considering that you only have to go against a Soldier. Soldier is one of the easier matchups because there's no burst potential to one-shot you. Widow is much easier to deal with that Pharah. Oh, Sway Lee does get hooked, but does find a nano boost of his own. Sway Lee doing what he can, finds out Platypus along with Poggers. Truth finds Poet, and Mafe has already found Cream, so that's going to be the rest of this fight. Harmony and Chaos is looking to take 2 dominant map holds on 2nd point.
All of a sudden, the ult economy flipped on its head. Renovatio, in the course of about 1.5 fights, used all of their ultimates and really turned themselves on their head.
Now, let's see what Goat Control has to say about Poggers' position. He says go to spawn, but Shadow Devil does find another kill in the boops. He's found like 8 boops this game. Oh, Platypus going for something, or Sway Lee going for a big jump there. Finds Platypus as he jumps back down, sliding off that roof. Shadow Devil stalling out the point to the best of his abilities, but he finds Poet. What is this man doing? I've questioned this man, and I'm clearly wrong. He's a god. Oh, can't quite deny the res there with the Primal Rage. Bashes him into the corner. Cream on the Diva. Trying to do what he can, but Sway Lee does go down for that aggressive positioning. Can't quite escape with the Primal Rage. Progress finds that kill.
These Lucios have been impressing us so much. Ghost Control's seemingly trying to silence the naysayers, if you will. Putting in a lot of work now in this last push, but the ultimate again finding no value. Poggers engaging with the Dragon Blade, not going to be finding any kills. Platypus putting down a lot of damage onto Sway Lee, and will be finding the kills onto Maxis and Eves.
Go Controls pulling up when it matters, finding 3 big kills to secure some more space on this payload. A recontest could be possible because you do have Moira coming out the front. Whether or not they want to go for it is the question here. Progress finding an aggressive position onto a flank. What can he do? Tracer will be able to touch. So Maxic on the Tracer can get the stall. Now whether or not they can do something with this Go Control does find another kill. So he has finally come up big. I guess he heard what we have to say and decided to make a change based on that.
He does, but Renovatio on their way to 3 ultimates here, and they will be using them to take care of this point. The Coalescence coming out from Poet, finding kill after kill, and Ghost Control is just raining down from above. It's so difficult for Harmony and Chaos to hold this point. It doesn't look like they'll be able to.
They did not have the ultimate economy to invest in that. Good stall out, but minute 25 left on the clock now. Ives does go down, so now it's looking very, very good in terms of Ronaldio's space control here. They're going to get a lot of space. Even if they don't finish off this map, getting further into 3rd can be detrimental to these final finishes.
4 ultimates for the side of Renovatio. If they do manage to get it into this door, they will
And
be
that
able
is one big barrage! Go Control picks 2! Progress finds another. Truth finds a Go Control, but that's not enough. Maxix finds Celestia, so let's see what happens here. Looks like a stalled payload from Truth. Maxix goes on to the card as well, but another big pulse bomb! Progress finds 2!
And it will be Truth having the mines to help close out this point, but it looks like he's going to want to save him for this last push. Putting him on top of the cart will be denying so much space, but will it be enough to stop 3 ultimates from the side of Renovatio?
They're coming up on 3v3 ultimates. Shadow Devil's getting close to that more. 30 seconds left. This is do or die, but Go Controls is taking control, and he finds another kill. Yo, what creep turn? What Sway Lee? Don't turn. There's a Diva Bomb. Progress finds Shadow Devil, and that's surely to be it here. They're going to cap all 3 out.
So much, let's see how long Truth can stay alive.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Go Control picks up another 4 people in this fight alone. Sway Lee doing anything he can. He finds Poet, but will it be enough? Shadow Devil back on the Moira. Celestia with the res, but doesn't even matter. 1.1 clock and secured a very impressive 3rd point push.
Score.
Really back and forth ultimate economy, pushing that entire thing, but Renovatio in the end being able to take full advantage of it. It'll be interesting to see if Harmony and Chaos can play as aggressively as they have these past 2 maps and push this point maybe a little bit faster.
Well, let's see what they can do. They've been on top for most of this game, and let's see if they can remain in that position. Doesn't
really
matter. Once again, they could run like any team comp, legitimately
Literally
any team comp, and they lose and they still win. So it's fine for them. So it's the end of the world. Getting a 4-0 is big though, so I think they're gonna hope for it and definitely play your heart out for it.
Oh yeah, you know they want this 4th map as much as Shadow Devil, maybe messing around. He's still getting the boot kills when it matters, seemingly turning on in that 2nd point, maybe turning down the Reddit Lucio just a little bit. But
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, this is a treat. Pogger's on the McCree and Maxix on a Widow. Looks like
you never know if they're gonna keep that. They could just be trolling us. People like to do that.
Shadow Devil was having plenty of fun trolling last time. I don't think anything's gonna stop him from doing it this time.
Exactly, and just like you said, you've accused their whole team of being trolls, and I would have to agree.
The way it's looked so far.
So it's not my words; those were definitely your words. But I would have to agree with that statement. I didn't say it, but would have to agree.
Regardless, trolling or not, they did end up not quite holding 3 points, so they will have to take this push a little bit seriously if they want to pull through with the 4-0.
Now let's see how they're going to play this. They opt to keep out this double hit scan comp. Maxis is just explicitly looking for Go Control on that Pharah.
Go Control, we've seen as far as slowly ramp up.
Progress going in, but he gets hooked out by Truth! What a hook! What a good position to even catch that hook. Full engage, and it was denied with a gnarly left click.
I think he's been looking for something like that this entire game. Progress has been living in their backline.
Maxix getting on the high ground. Cream taken out of that Diva suit by Truth. He's coming up big so far in this. Go Control above the tank lineup, and trying to play the pillar as best as he can, but Platypus jumps out but gets pulled in. Progress does get 1 clipped. Gets a 1 clip on Poggers, sorry.
Truth, where has this Roadhog been this entire game, finding hook after hook, and he will be putting in a lot of damage onto Cream here, trying to push Maxix.
And Cream losing out on the mech again, but Progress finds another. Cream standing still, easy headshot Matrix, go for it, go for it, go for it, go! Not quite finding it. Not quite able to find it, but doing quite well.
A little bit of an awkward position here for Harmony and Chaos as their tanks are so much further than the rest of their team who got picked off earlier. And they will just be trying to regroup here, back in their spawn, maybe find a pick with this Widow. But Truth, 1v1ing Progress yet again, finding the hook.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Harmony and Chaos has been looking dominant, but they can't seem to make anything happen with this payload through the initial choke. Have got some big picks, but they were on quite speedy heroes.
Yeah, Truth doing his darndest, trying to make an impact here.
Go Control gets stunned out after finding 1, and Harmony and Chaos finds 4 kills.
And Truth has seemingly done more with this Roadhog ultimate than Goat's Control has managed to do with the Far ultimate in this entire game, finding 3 picks, trading back for Goat's Control's 1 with the Barrage.
I don't know. Goat's Control has been coming up big when he needs it, and he's going to need to keep coming up big if they want anything to happen here. Are they going for a re-engage? They're not posturing for it. It looks like they're just giving up and denying this very vital choke point. No! Late engage from Renovatio.
Late engage, and don't doubt this push by Renovatio. This Doomfist is really potent, but
Sway Lee with the big shadow!
Picking up 3 there, but will it be enough to close out this point? The Coalescence coming in from Poet. The Doomfist engaging onto Ives, finding the kill with that seismic slam. And the point will be held for Renovatio.
What just happened? I just said Sway Lee had a big shatter. And now he's in spawn.
Swaley hit the
What
thickest
happened?
shatter he's
Take
ever
me
hit.
through that last fight, Door. What happened real quick?
So it looked like Platypus put his bubble down on top of the point, but it was not in line to stop the shatter coming in from Sway Lee. So it was free effectively for him, able to pick up free, but the coalescence from Poet was able to keep his team alive so effectively.
Oh, big Diva Bomb does find Yee. I'm sorry there. Sway Lee finds another. Now it's all about pushing this final payload. Can they get to it as progress is stopping them? Stopping any progress they look to make here. Can he find another? No, he cannot. Can they get a touch here? They're hopping on the payload and hoping for a Doomfist, and Ball can do it. Are they going to go for it? Please go for it, guys. You can do it. Let's go. Lamp invested. They're putting a lot of abilities into it. 4 back on the side of Ronaldo now. But Shadow Devil does find Cream, taking him out of the fight completely. That's 2 down. Almost a third. Poet dropping extremely low. Progress finding Sway Lee. Platypus seeing if he can find anything, but not quite. Truth finds Poet. Yates finds Progress. X6 finds 1, and Truth finds a payload cap.
I honestly think you're okay with that if you're Renovatio here. You traded 1 ultimate for 1, and effectively just put the ult economy a little bit more equal coming into the second point and around this corner. That's going to be really important.
Now Renovatio opting for this high ground, completely spotted out by Maxix's aimbot, wall hacks. Same thing to me. Maxix finds 1 headshot on the Poet, but Progress finds 1, and Go Control finds another. Platypus is trying to take the fight against the Widowmaker, but what's he going to do? Does he find the headshot? Not quite. Can he get the kill? Not quite. Help does come from Go Control to secure that kill.
Go Control has had such an immediate impact on this Doomfist, whether it was contesting the point or finding picks. He has been all over the battlefield, and he's been constant. Even when he's dying, he's getting back before anybody else. He's staying alive without having to put so much pressure on his supports. He's been having a massive impact while doing it.
Yeah, he's been doing quite a lot. I mean, at first he wasn't doing quite as much as we had hoped, but he pulled it through once he heard us through the game, I guess. Shadow Devil does find 1. Platypus finds an answer. 5 on 5 on the point. Truth has control of it and is edging it forward as best he can. Throws out the hook, but Cream comes in to deny any extra space on the payload. Now is contesting it. Contest even with the mines. Goes for the slam, but does get stunned out of that slam. Goes controls, gets CC'd, and Celestia does die to the high noon.
That's exactly what we need to see from these teams.
Oh, big bomb! Progress! Is he gonna find a 4th? Progress cleans that fight up and takes it into his own hands. Holy! Progress does get taken down, and there still is, you know, Harmony and Chaos to deal with on the point. Truth gets pulled in, but it's 4 on 2. Only the 2 tanks are remain. Go Controls does get pulled. Truth gets knocked up. Can they make anything happen here? Maxix is back. They can't find any kills. They do re-engage with a bongo. Now it's looking to be a whole nother fight. Platypus does go down. Go Control as well gets found out by Poggers.
They will be pushing forward, smartly disengaging Renovatio, but Celestia getting hooked here by the Roadhog of Truth. Will he go down? No, just barely making it away with his life.
Now Sway Lee finding Poet, trying to hide out in the corner for any extra stall points, but no, they do end up capping with 22 seconds left on the point. Go Control goes for it, but it's too late. And that is the first point hold given up here, the first choke on the 3rd point, sorry, just given to Harmony and Chaos. Now it's looking very doable. This game is looking more competitive than ever.
That feels awful if you're Renovatio. You gave up so much ultimate charge in that fight.
So much ultimate charge, so much point control, and so much free space is going to be taken by Harmony and Chaos. But Truth is not looking. He's looking completely the wrong way. But Maxix finds Progress, who's trying to dilly in their spawn. Go Controls finds Truth. Poet gets slept. That could be a big pick. Oh, but Maxix, maybe he's going to go for some free space here. This is it. This is what we wanted. Oh, but Progress, he invests the pulse bomb, but he just jukes it with the recall. Translocate, sorry.
A lot onto this EMP here from Maxix, wanting it to come up big. The question is, though, what will they combo with the high noon on deck for Poggers? Could look for another big one here.
High noon out from Poggers. Maxix with the big one. Finds 2. 2 left still on the court who are EMP'd. And that is it. Celestia, Go Control, and Progress are the last 3 left on the spawn. Celestia goes down, it's just Progress left.
Renovatio will get one last chance to defend this payload. Let's see if they're able to group up before it. gets near this point, but it's going to be a tough hold as Harmony and Chaos have so much momentum going their way.
And to speak of momentum, that's some free momentum right there.
Yeah, Pogger's going down. Has been so impactful on this Tracer. They won't have him to do it. And a big purple from the side of Harmony and Chaos will help them.
Can they beat the time? Can they beat the time? Couple seconds left, but there's multiple attackers, and that is it. They do not beat the time, but they should be able to push this successfully into the third point. That's 1 second difference, 1 minute, and we're back to the start of the game.
You know, that's got to be a real victory for the morale of Renovatio. That 1 second time bank difference makes all the difference in the world. When you're down 3-0 in a series, you'll take anything you can get.
Initiating match.
You're going to want this last map now. This is our last map for the night. It is not our last map. Make sure you tune in for the matches we do have coming up in the upcoming weeks. We will be announcing those in more specific detail after the broadcast.
I am interested here to see what kind of comps they run. I'm curious whether to see they run the Pharah or not back here. It had a little bit of a decent impact on the first half of the map, but it was getting shut down a little bit towards the end there. That Doomfist had got a lot more value, and ended. Pardon me.
Bastion! We are
They're
seeing.
running it.
Come on, go Bastion! Go back!
Do it, you coward.
Whoa! Do it, you cow! I'll get it on this. Do it! Let's go!
He's not going to. Unlucky. You almost got the comp you wanted, and it looks like
I want Bastion.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And as they're engaging onto this first point, Sway Lee has not opted to put a shield right down. He's got to watch out for these boops here. Both teams have been having some big boops off the initial bridge. No team wants to commit to such an aggressive play with only a minute left on the time bank.
And I really want to see
Control
Truth
getting
come up
aggressive.
bigger. Oh
Progress.
my
Find
goodness,
Shadow
Progress.
Devil.
This man has been consistent the entire game, living in the backline of Harmony and Chaos and finding picks so consistently.
30 seconds remaining.
Goat's control will be raining down from above. It is now up to Harmony and Chaos to establish themselves on this cart and try and avoid some of that fire damage, and they will be going all the way around, trying to engage onto the backline.
Sway Lee
Will be
finds
going
one,
down.
looking for more. Great aggressive shielding position. Truth looking for what he can get his hands on. Big pull, but unfortunately Platypus has a shield to deny that. Sway Lee looking to focus out Platypus as he goes to the point. Poggers gets in on that. Celeste is the only one left. And Truth finds Celestia. Progress does find Shadow Devil, but not for long, as Go Control is traded out for that support. Just the Tracer left. 3 people ready to defend this final point.
I think if anybody on the side of Renovatio can do it, it will be Progress here. Gonna try and find these kills on the cart, delaying it just a little bit longer.
No, I disagree. Watch this barrage. Watch it come, and watch it kill. More than
Control,
3,
this is your
and
time
win
to
the
shine.
point. Go Control's dropping in for the barrage, and here it goes! He finds one! Oh, not quite finding the 3 that I had hoped, but finds 1, and maybe that's enough for them to hold it. Maxix comes out with an ultimate of his own. Truth finds a big ult, but he's the last one left. He almost finds Poet. He almost finds Platypus, but it's too much. He misses the deny and the res, and that will be it. There's no way he can come back from this. Maybe he can stall it out for long enough for them to get support, but no, that'll be it. 3 points, 94 meters, and 65 centimeters is all Harmony was able to push.
You know, the 1 minute on the clock, Harmony and Chaos managed to push those first 2 corners, which can be really difficult. I loved that push they made through under the cafe, recognizing that the far would just rain down damage if they tried to push the cart normally, and rotating around onto the backside of Renovatio was such a great move and allowed them to push past 2 really difficult corners. And with a minute on the clock, it's difficult to get past both of those. And so it's going to be tough for Renovatio here to challenge. They're going to have to do something a little surprising if they want to apply enough pressure to get there that fast.
Now let's see if they have that surprising answer.
Ready for battle.
Bastion! 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 Let's go! And it's the Lego version. Wonderful skin. Wonderful, wonderful skin, actually.
You know what?
Good collaboration with
comes
Lego.
down to it, Maxix, not
Fun
the
fact, I
biggest-
actually do own some of their Overwatch Lego.
No kidding. How's that?
Never built it.
Never built it.
Just happen to own it.
Oh, and wait.
And a Torb.
And a Torb? And a
No, I
Torb.
I saw that one and I play a lot with Clankmeister, and I want to talk about it. I'd
What do
rather
you
talk
think here
about Bastion.
matters more, the Bastion or the Torb?
Oh, it's Bastion, 100%. It's legitimately the positioning of the Bastion and the positioning of the Torb turret. It's all that matters. If they crossfire, you're set. If you put them in the same spot, it's easy to deny.
They've got a chance here. They can hold them right at this corner for so long if they can just keep the damage off of Maxix's Bastion. But setting up the shield will go down. Goat's Control is putting a lot of damage down onto it, but the cart will be pushed slowly forward around this corner.
And this is going to be where the stall is going to come out. They're going to look to win this fight before engaging.
Oh, but Truth
Now-
pulled off the high ground by the hammer of Cream.
The hammer, that's something unlucky, but Celestia goes low. Not quite being able to be finished up there. Progress on the high ground, sneaking around, does get caught up by that Torb turret, so they will know he's there, but this can be the final fight. This can be it. Sway Lee does find Plata for Cream, and they find 3. Harmony and Chaos look to make this the end of the game. 10 seconds left, window out. It's only down to the Pharah.
Will she even be able to touch Scarlet? 3 seconds on the clock. It will be Progress touching the cart. Maxix not quite having a sightline, but Progress is completely
Oh, and he
surrounded.
recalls into the
What an
boulder!
animation.
And that looks to be all she wrote for this map set between Renovatio and Harmony and Chaos. Now, 2 wonderful teams. Thank you guys so much for playing. And Harmony and Chaos sweeps it 4-0.
What a victory for Harmony and
What a
Chaos, really
game.
making a statement, coming out, showing they will not be bullied around by
No,
these
this is
teams.
it. This is the play.
The triple kill pulse
No,
bomb.
this is a quad play right here. Look at this pulse bomb. Big Pulse with the recall finds 3 and is even able to pick up another kill there.
Progress had so much impact on this match, and as much as
And
Renovatio may
hold
have
on, that's a
lost-
1 week suspension for BM. I've been heard in the chat. Just kidding. There's no bad mannering here. However, if you do infract one of our rules, you may receive punishment. So that is part of our community. Please uphold our standards. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. What a wonderful match. But before we go, we're going to take a look at the last 2 games in depth. And we're going to have Dor take a look at them and see what he thought were the deciding factors on Eichenwald and Rialto.
Yeah, I think Eichenwald, we saw a lot. The ult economy come into play and who could take advantage of it first. But the boops from the Lucios were so clutch. Regardless if it was Shadow Devil X or Poet, they both had a massive impact on the game. And a lot of it